The Select Committee will come to order. Welcome, everybody. We're limited on time in light of votes, and I want to get through every member question, but I just want our witnesses and the members to be aware that votes are scheduled at some point around 9:45 or 10, hence us holding an 8 a.m. hearing, as well as just the general complexity of getting 3 different agencies on the same page in terms of when they can show up in Congress. So we very much appreciate your presence here today. You know, early in President Biden's term, for CCP realists like myself, I would say there was a lot to like. Secretary of State Blinken reiterated the determination that the CCP was committing genocide in Xinjiang. The administration levied historic export controls on advanced U.S. semiconductors and equipment going to the PRC. The administration then succeeded in aligning its policy with critical allies. The Pentagon also reached agreements with the Philippines and Japan to expand our presence in the region. And I'd like to congratulate Assistant Secretary Ratner on the news this week involving Papua New Guinea, which is the sister state of the Wisconsin National Guard. So we played a critical role as well in the Midwest. These were not easy achievements, and I want to give due credit for them. But the PNG news aside, 6 or 7 months ago, I feel like something strange happened. It was like some bat signal went up, and the administration seemed to shift its focus in its China policy. In February, we watched the spy balloon lazily drift over some of our most sensitive military sites while the administration seemed concerned about provoking China. And instead of holding the Chinese Communist Party accountable, the administration chased CCP diplomats around the world, seeking meetings in Beijing as if they, not the CCP, had something to apologize for. And perhaps most troubling, the administration has also delayed policies to end Huawei export licenses, restrict outbound capital flows in critical sectors, and hold CCP officials responsible for the Uyghur genocide accountable. Clearly, the push for high-level engagement has come at a cost. Earlier this week, Assistant Secretary Crittenbrink, you claimed that the administration has taken an unprecedented number of actions against China. But let us seek truth from facts. The administration has used every defensive tool, from sanctions to entity listings to Chinese military company designations, less than the administration before it. It has been over 2 years since a single Hong Kong or PRC official was sanctioned for the erosion of Hong Kong's autonomy. The administration has refused to implement the sanctions required by the Bipartisan Uyghur Human Rights Policy Act. And while the administration has added more than 230 PRC entities to the entity list, that is still short of the 260 entities added under the last 2 years of the previous administration alone. The administration has sanctioned more PRC persons for illegal fishing than it has for genocide. I say all this not to score partisan points. When the administration makes good policy, I will commend it and have done so. The problem, in my opinion, is that right now, good policies are stuck in the interagency process, in interagency purgatory, apparent sacrifices to the altar of zombie engagement. So I hope today that we can have a candid and productive conversation about all of this. We're here to conduct oversight, but we're also here sincerely, I mean this sincerely, to offer help. Because I think we share a view that on this committee, that after decades of letting our guard down, implementing defensive policies towards the largest country in the world is incredibly difficult. It's incredibly complex. So I expect to hear some tough questions and spirited answers here today, but I sincerely believe that we are all on the same side. We are the good guys, and we must win this competition. And with that,